Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, it's been some days since we meet. Let's wait for a few seconds for your other friends to join. Yes, I have been. Yeah, I've been good. Kini ako pali aze. I went back home to Mukukchung once, and I came back on Monday. So everything is well. Mukan panbil leave crochet. So from yesterday, we are able to go back to our office. Okay, so let's continue our class. I'm pulling the syllabus once again to show you how much we have covered from this part of CSAT, that is your maths. We have covered, if I'm not mistaken, we have covered all this, which is good. We have made good progress, and around 1 month. In 1 month, we have covered all this along with other subject. Only this part is left, which I will tackle tonight. But line graphs, bar graphs, pie charts, all this four, we are using the same method. You just have to look at the table. If it is a line graph, the graph, bar chart means the buildings, pie chart means you have a circle inside, you have your pie chart, and tabulation is simply table. So if you are able to decipher the figures there, we are more or less using the, yes, so the same, we are more or less using the same methods: percentage increase, decrease, average. Itu ikuti aja. Yeah, so her mom, sorry, his mom, because of all your prayers, by God's grace, discharged from the hospital. So they are in Dimapur, and uh, I had a talk with him yesterday. This morning, I think he is excited to come back next month, next week, to take up your remaining classes. So thank you, everyone. He is the only son. So whenever our parents fall ill or feel ill, it's our responsibility to take care of our parents. So yes. Now tonight, not only tabulation, but I want to even start analogy. I'm not satisfied taking 90 minutes on tabulation alone. Okay, so tabulation to mukan koribo, but then after we finish tabulation, we're going to go to analogies. How are we going to tackle this part of CSAT? See, this is what is given in the syllabus, but spatial visualization, spatial orientation, visual memory, all this means the same thing, more or less. Okay, yati 19 tagibo hoilibi konishna itu kan the same as it they are clubbed into one chapter. Even analysis judgment clubbed into one chapter. Okay, so iniga we'll see what we can do. So after we finish tabulation tonight, I will start analogy and go pick up all this. After your science is done, physics, chemistry, biology, general, environmental, all this is done. Your CSAT, other CSAT teacher, he will also start some topics from here. So we will share and try to complete it by. My plan is to complete it by September, so that in October we solve question papers of at least staff selection commission. Okay, so that is the plan for CSAT. Now let's, as I have said, let's now start with data table, which is also called as tabulation. In this kind of CSAT, in this part of CSAT, you'll be given a table. You have to be able to read the table, understand the table, and some questions will follow. So you will be able to solve the answers for the questions only when you can understand the table. So us for a start, I have chosen one from NPSC question paper. This same question paper we have solved in my CSAT classes. I mean, a couple of months back. I'm sure some of you might have attended, but This will be the only repetition. I have new materials. Yes, the one who was teaching you profit and loss. Okay. Now, the one who is teaching you science, physics at the moment. Okay, so let's solve this. This is the table of a book written by someone called Sarvash, as in the given in the question paper. And the year is 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years here. And quantitative aptitude, data interpretation, verbal ability, logical reasoning. So these are the number of books. He has written 4 books. This person has written 4 books. And this table is the number of books sold per year. In 2000, quantitative aptitude came up because 4,000. No? So I hope, let's see the questions. Number 1. What is the growth rate after you understand the table? Next is to understand the question. What is the growth rate of sales of quantitative aptitude from 2000 to 2005? Quantitative aptitude, you're asking about quantitative aptitude from 2000 to 2005. What is the growth rate? Okay, we know this. Growth rate, we know how to solve. We know the shortcut method. We have been learning about this. So 2000, from 2000, in 2000, the sale was 4,000. And 2005, it became 4,800. So what is the percentage increase? What is the growth rate? Since we already know how to solve this, what is the way to solve this? You look at the difference. Yes, you look at the difference, that is 800, and then 800 divided by 4,000 into 100%. You cancel 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 4 2s are 20, that is 20%. Your answer is C, 20%. Right? Clear, everyone? Yes, I have a tendency to go fast because my brain also just runs really fast. But then I don't want to spend like 10 minutes explaining one question alone. So anyone having any confusion, any problem, I cannot understand this part, that part, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to the next question. Yes. Now, if that is clear, then let's go to the next question. So that is question number 16. Now, which of the categories shows the largest growth rate from 2000 to 2005? Same question, but we have to see. The 4 categories we have to see. Which of the categories shows the lowest growth rate? Lowest growth rate. Nah? So we start with quantitative aptitude. Quantitative aptitude, we have already seen that the growth rate from 2000 to 2005 was 20%. So no need to calculate it because in question number 1, we have already solved that part. Now data interpretation, let's see, 3,750 to 5,000. So what is the difference between the two? The difference between the two will be 5,000 bora, you subtract the 3,750, you get your 250, and 1250 divided by 3750 into 100%, right? So you cancel 0 and 0. You cancel by 5. 5 2s are 25. 5 7s are, and then you get 75. 75 into 3, that means you get here 100 by 3, that is 33.3%. Okay, so we are searching for the lowest. 80 up to 20 is lowest. Okay, so now let's move on and see for verbal ability. For verbal ability, 4140 5500 5500 4140. So you have 60 and 3 here, 1360 divided by 4140 into 100%. So cancel the 0 and 0, and or maybe you cancel this 0 better, and then you make it here 2 6 r 8 r 212, sorry, 207. So you have something like 68,000 divided by 207. Okay, ini kada kita give. Now let's look at the last one, LR. LR, it is 4350, 4800. So 4800 minus 4350. So 05 you have here 40 for 450. So 450 divided by 4350 into 100%. Cancel 0 and 0. And then you are left with 9 here. 5 eights are 40, 35, 87. 87 still divided by 3. 3 3s are 3 2s are 629. So 300 by 29. Now, so this is out of the picture because it is 33 as a. Now we have 3 contestants. Oh, the here what was the equation? Simply forgot. It was 300 divided by 29, no? Yes. So now which one is the lowest from this three? 20% or this? So this will be less than 20% because yes, this will be certainly less than 20%. So even this is out. This is out. This is out. This is out. Now the pedal is between 300 by 29 and 6,800. 6,800 divided by 207. 207. So you solve and tell me which one will give you the lowest. Without even solving, I think this should give us the lowest. We need Saura na. Because itu wala do 29 by 300 course do 21 ones or 29 na. And then you are left with only how much? 11. You're left with 11.
10.3.
You're left with 11. No, you're left with only 10. Sorry. So 29, 0. Okay, so this is around 10 point something. Now, and this will be more than 10 because 207 into 10 without even multiplying 207 into 10 will be 2070. So it will be more than 10. So what I'm saying is in exam, you don't have to waste time and calculate everything. You just look at the options. Itu because it was the number was bigger. No, our last itu is left, but we know that this is 10 point something, and then this is obviously more than 10. Why I'm saying this is obviously more than 10 because itu 2070 10 halilibi 2000 and opposite 6,000 as there. So this will be around 30%, right? 30 something percent or whatever is the, but it will be something around 30 plus percent. Okay, so but using that logic, we now get that the answer is your logical reasoning. Answer is LR. Okay, I hope that is clear. Yeah, solving such things, such questions, good because it helps us to solve a lot of solve the whole chart, nah? Right. So shall we go to the next? I think we're good to go. Number 117. Which category had the highest growth rate in the period? Highest growth rate. Okay. Highest growth rate to our same day as the way to go back and check. This was 20%. The I was 33.3%. No? And then the other one we did not solve. Other one we did not solve because it had 6,800, 6,800 or highest growth rate. Okay, let's solve for VA, VA. Verbal ability. Let's solve it again. 550 minus 5,500 minus 4140 divided in 60. So you're left with 1360 into divided by 4140 into 100%. So cancel the 0 and 0. This is give you 68. This will give you, sorry, 207. Yes, divided by 207. 207 into 3. 21, 6, 9. You're getting here 6, no? No, 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 no. 1, 190. So what is this? Huh? This is not
590, sir. 590.
1. Why am I getting here 1? This is not 1. This is not 1. Yeah, it's 5.
590,
Yeah,
sir.
590. So 3, 3, 3, 3. 3 rows ago. No. So this will be 32 something. So obviously after that you don't solve because we're looking for the highest. So highest is DI. Clear?
Yes,
Actually,
sir.
we did not solve we did not solve the whole thing in the previous question. Otherwise, if we had solved in the previous question the four categories, right? So all the questions so far about growth rate only, lowest growth rate, highest growth rate. Now let's go consistent growth rate or consistent decline in the period shown. Okay, so which categories consistent growth,
Sir, your voice is
consistent
cracking.
growth. Look, let's check. This is not consistent growth because okay. So let's check whether I'm facing issues with the internet. Okay, give me a moment. Let me fix some issues here. Right. Yes. What about now? Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, as of now, it's clear.
Can you hear me properly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now sometimes I think my voice will go off. I don't know for what reason, but maybe it's the internet. I don't know. But if you are hearing me clearly right now, then it's okay. Let's continue. Now, tell me which of these categories had a consistent growth rate or consistent decline? So, consistent growth rate or decline meaning if you're looking for consistent 4,000, 4,200 increasing 4,300, it is increasing, but then it is not consistent, it is declining here. So this will not be the answer. In the same way, 3,700 increase, again it decrease here. So this will not be the answer. We are looking for either consistent growth or consistent decline. So 4140 increasing, no, 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 this is decreased. This is decreased. So here increasing. Okay. Yes. Let's now move on to the next part. You have a table here, source of income for a person. Now you solve. You want me to solve or you will try? Yes. You want me to solve this or you will try? Please let me know.
So, a bit confused here.
You're confused with this, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yes, so look, you have understood the chart. I'm assuming that you've understood the chart. A person, not somebody. Oh, wait. Yes. So a person is earning salary in Suppose he's working for a company, that's why he's earning bonus. Bonus P payaje. There are 5 persons now. One person here, another person, another person, manubang chun. They are earning salary. Along with that, they are earning bonus. Along with that, overtime P pusa payaje, errors payaje, miscellaneous payaje. So all these are the income. The question is, who among the following employees, out of the following employees, the 5 employees A, B, C, D, and E, earns maximum bonus in comparison to his total income? What is the meaning of that? Earns the maximum, but the question is bonus in comparison to his total income. So you can understand the chart, but if you don't understand the question, you will not be able to solve it. So now how do we solve? What is the meaning of bonus in comparison to his total income? So for example, if you're solving for A, if you're solving for the person A, what is the bonus? What is the bonus for A?
80.
It's 80, no?
Yes, sir.
80, 80, what is the bonus in comparison to his total income? What is his total income?
900.
900. And how do we compare this? By making it into percentage. Yes, you are right. So this is how you solve for A. For B, same. What is the bonus of B? 40 divided by total income is 500 into 100%. Even for C, what is the bonus? 150 divided by 1500 into 100%. And for D, 80 divided by 700 into 100%. For E, 100 divided by 1000 into 100%. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So E is 10%. Remaining you solve and tell me. So from there you have to check who is getting the maximum. So, but that is the meaning of the question. Who gets the maximum? Who earns the maximum bonus in comparison to his total income? You cancel this. You are left with 80 by 9. That will give you around 8.8. Right? This cancel. This will give you 8%. Cancel. This will give you 10%. No? So cancel. 80 by 70 will give you 11% something. So yes, 11% something. Answer is D. Where is D? The option is so confusing because even in the option it is in the form of A, B, C, D, right? So which one is the answer? Answer is D, but then D is in which option? So it is like it will be very confusing. It is like in the movie, I think Rush Hour. That person asking Chris Tucker, what is your name or something like that. That scene was very confusing. So the answer is D, but the answer is not D because D in option D. Okay, A. Oh, then the answer is D. No confusion here because in D they have given D. So in both ways it works. So that is the answer for this. If we are good to go, then we are moving to the next. Same. Even for this, you solve who among the following employees earns maximum bonus. Oh, this is done. Sorry. Yes. Now we go to the second one. The income from overtime is what percent of the income from errors in case of employee E? In case of employee A, the income from overtime 180 is what percent divided by income from errors 200 into 100%. So that is the answer. So tell me, what's that? 90?
Yes, sir.
Let's see.
90.
0, 0, 0, 0 to 990. So answer is 90. That is A. Great. Let's move on. Anyone having confusion again, I'm requesting you with folded arms. I'm begging you, please let us know if anyone is having any confusion. Number 3, how many employees have their salary less than 3 times income from bonus? Okay, this one I feel without even solving, you should be able to look at the chart and give the answer. How many employees? The question is how many employees have their salary less than 3 times income from bonus? Okay, so let's look at the salary. This is the salary for A. Salary is 400. 3 times bonus will be 240. No? But the question is how many employees have their salary less? That means A is not the answer. What about B? Salary is 200. 3 times bonus will be 120. So B is also not the answer. Next is C. 700. Bonus 3 times, 450. It will be 450. So it's still less. Right? Salary is not less. Salary is more. So C is not the answer. For D, salary is 300. What is 3 times income? 3 times income is 240. So the question is how many employees have their salary less? But this is not salary less. This is salary more. So even D is not the answer. E, 400. This will be 3 times the bonus, 300. Here, salary is not less. So, iktabi nolai, answer is none of this. Yes. Let's move on. How many of the following, who among the following employees has maximum percentage of his salary out of the total income? Again, long procedure. Let's start with A. Who among the following employees is maximum percentage salary out of total income? Very easy. Salary out of total income. 400 into, this is the answer for A. 400 by 9 will give you 9 fours are 36. 40 again, 9 fours are, yeah, 44% something. Now, what about B? 200 divided by 500 into 100%, cancel 0 and 0. And here you are getting here exact 40%. The question is maximum. That means this is not the answer because we already have 44. Let's try for C. 700 divided by 1500 into 100. 0, 0. You have 700 divided by 15. 5 threes are 15. 5 ones are 5. 140 divided by 3. 3 fours are 12, 20, 3 6 are 46. So this is also not the answer. 46, ito mo 46 to contender as a. Number D, 300 divided by 700 into 100%. Cancel 0 and 0. So you have 300 by 7. 7 fours are 28, 20. 7 twos are 14. So 42 here lies it to be noble. Now let's go to E. 400 divided by 1000 into 1000, 1, 2, 1, 2, so 2, 40%. So for me, I'm getting C as the answer. I feel that C should be the answer because it has got 46. The rest are 44, 42, 40, and 40. So C should be the answer, right?
Yes,
Do we
sir.
agree
C is
on
the
this?
answer. Yes, sir.
C is the answer. Thank you. Let's move on. I think we're done with this. Who among the following employees have minimum ratio? No, it is, remember, the question is about ratio, so you're not going to do any percentage work here. The question is about ratio, so minimum ratio of income from arrears to income from salary. Let's check. Number A, ratio of income from arrears, 200 divided by income from salary, 400. So 0, 0, 2. 2 by 4 equals to 1 by 2 equals to 0 0.5 P. Minimum, what is the minimum? So 0 0.5 P. 200 divided by 180. Sorry. Errors. We have to start with errors first. 180 divided by 200. Cancel this 2. You have a 9 by 10. That is 0 0.9. So this is not the answer. because we already have 0.5. Let's check for C. For C, it is 1/4 errors, right? So errors 400 divided by 700 in, yeah, not only that, no need to multiply by 100 here. So you get here 4 by 7. 4 by 7, you should get here 0.5, no? 0.5. You have another 0.5 here, so you cannot leave it like this. 0.5, 0.5, 40, 7 5 are 35, 50, 57, 7 7s are 49. So this is 0.57. This is still not the answer. This is still the winner. Let's go to D. 140 divided by 300. Cancel 0 and 0, and you are left with 7 by 15. Yeah, 7 by 15. Okay, so 7 by 15. 15 fours are 60. Yeah, so obviously this is 0.4 something. So this is not the answer. This is the answer. But we have one more candidate. Let's check. 250 divided by 400. Cancel 0 and 0. 5 5s are 8s are. So 8 8 6 are 48, 0.6. So the answer should be 0.4 less, number D. Iniga. I went through like a bullet, but I have to do it like that. Now I have to check all the options. Yes, so I think that's the way we should be solving such questions. The answer is number D, which is called the minimum. All right, now let's move on. And yes, let's solve one more and we will go to analogy. Let's solve this table. Subscription of different schemes of mutual fund company over the months. So these are the companies V, W, X, Y, Z, and September, October, November, December, January, February. See, we all understand the chart. We all understand the table. Table to puji will ikut naik tadi because some numbers will be there, some stories will be given. We all can understand the table. The problem for us is we don't understand the question. Itu aja. And if you understand the table but you cannot understand the question, then you cannot solve it. So please be careful with the conceptual clarity of your question. Now, we have understood the chart. This is about 5 companies investing money subscription. Okay, people investing in their company, mutual fund company, from September to February. Okay, now question is, what is the difference? Difference means minus in the subscription of scheme V. Talking about this between December and January. So what is the answer? Direct question. December और January लगा difference की आजी इधु होती आजो तो ना. So what is the answer? Option A or B or C or D or E? Yes, you will write option A in the answer. Aro abun na exam hall bichidi olabo, aro bichidi moi 1 mark paishi gobo. Aro abun laga answer check kore them you will get here minus 25, minus 0.25 because A is not the
None
answer.
of this. The answer is
Yeah,
E.
the answer is none of this because this is in crores. So 160 minus 80 is how much? 80 crores. 80 crores is here in the option? No. Ito also you have to be careful. Nah? Man, jump ko na wala example. I got the right answer. It's the wrong answer. So the answer is 80 crores. Be careful. Sometimes such they can employ such kind of trick to entice you. Right. So the answer is none of this because the answer is 80 crore. 80 crore is not in the option. Next question is, if the subscription to a scheme is the criteria of popularity. See, the question naman chamila jo buji bole. If the subscription to a scheme is the criterion of popularity, which of the schemes can be termed as the most popular over the months? So we have to solve from all the 5 companies. But look at the question. Subscription to a scheme is the criterion of popularity. Nah. So, kon percentage subscription as over the months, which schemes can be termed as the most popular over the months. They are intentionally writing the question in such a way that it is difficult for us to understand. But in other words, this question is among the 5 companies V, W, X, Y, Z, which is having the highest growth rate. Itu the highest growth rate. They are asking that, nothing else. Highest growth rate, that is from September to February. If the subscription to a scheme is the criterion of popularity, in September there were 200 people who were subscribed, but in February it became only 130. That means subscription is decreased. That means the company is not popular, as per the question, right? Iniga. So for V, it was 200, it became 130, so it is a negative. So we are not even calculating for this. Negative is na answer to ito hopefully no. We are asking for the highest growth rate. What about W? It was 70, it became 150. That means this is like increasing in 100% plus. Yes, no need to calculate because we don't want the answer exact point. We just want to see which has got the highest growth rate. So when I say 70 became 150, because I know 70, if it becomes 140, it is 100% increase. But since it is 150, I know it is 100% plus increase. I'm just keeping it like that in the exam. Now 30, number X, 30 becomes 30. So idu ki ase 0%, nothing, plus p no hai, minus p no hai, ignore it, right? So till now, this is wrong, this is wrong. Only this one is the contender. Why? Let's look at why. Why 290 tagise, it became 40. It to be minus over negative. It was 290, it became 40, right? Now, that means this is still the answer, but Z, it was 10, it became 390. This is increasing in 1000%. Let's check. Then, what will be the difference between these two? 380 divided by 10 into 100. So cancel this. This is 3800% increase, right? So the answer is E, Z, because Z to 10 daga 390 ho jaise. Is this clear? The only issue here is the question. Question here lob no buje. But I don't assume that you will twist the questions like this in your exam. Now let's look at the next question. In which of the following months the total subscription to okay, this is a good one. In which of the following months the total subscription to W and X schemes was equal to the subscription to W scheme and February? So equal now subscription to W scheme in February. What is this? Tell me. I've been shouting like for the past 40 minutes. You also tell me something. What is subscription to W scheme in February? What is that? What is the answer? This part, subscription to W scheme in February. Kimano boy? That is a direct question, no? February day, W day kiman subscribe krise? Kiman mano?
150.
150. Ay ki hoje? You don't want to answer or na? But kaya na ki hoje na? No, you don't know the answer. It's a direct question. So subscription to W scheme, W laga scheme de February di kiman dagesi 150. Okay, so 150. The question is, in which of the following months, here, in which of the following months the total subscription to W and X was 150? The other was the same. So W and X, itu tuita melagi na September. Let's start with September. 70, 30. Is it 150? No. This is not the answer. Next, October. 130, 70. Is it equal to 150? No. 35, 25. It cannot be 150. 110, 40. This is definitely 150. So December is your answer. Puja yes? Very easy. Last question, I think. Or maybe second last. Yes, second last, I think. For which of the following types of schemes was there a continuous decrease over the months? You tell me the answer for this continuous decrease over the months. This is similar to the questions that we have solved previously? Continuous decrease. In which scheme do you see continuous decrease?
Y.
Hmm. In white, there's continuous decrease. 290, 150, it's decreasing. So answer is Y. Very good. Last question. Subscription. What is the percentage increase in the subscription to Z scheme from January to February? Very easy. From January to February, 140 taka do 390 হয়েছে. What is the increase? We know how to solve this. Tell me. So 390 divide minus 140 will give you here 250. So 250 divided by 140 into 100%. This is the answer. Cancel 0 and 0. Okay. So you are left with a very difficult position now because this is 7. This is going to be 5. So 250 into 5 will give you 250 into 4 is 1000. So you are left with 1250 divided by 7. Right. So 7 1 is 7. You will get here 55. 7 8 sevens are 56. 17 49. You're left with 60. 8 sevens are 56. You're getting here 178. So you. So none of this. Yes. Okay. So this is all about your tabulation. We expect question iman tough to nahibo NSSPD, but then if you're also appearing for NPSA, then this will definitely help you on your mains exam. Now I am closing this and going for analogy. Where is analogy? Where is analogy? Analogy class notes. Today's date. Today's date. Is it this the one? Yes. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's start with analogy. We still have ample time. So analogy de key question ahilibe you should be able to solve in the exam. Ahibulia ase 100% ahibo exam day. Analogy, quoting, decoding, syllogisms. These are topics where you get 100% with confidence. Naki ko 100% question ahibo. Ito ko baribo mo because over the years they have repeatedly asked questions from these chapters like analogy, quoting, decoding, missing number, syllogism, right? We don't know whether they will ask questions from lututais or that whatever things we will learn later like calendar and other things, but itu kan do ahe, right? That's why for the initial classes I will also teach the topics where we are 100% sure that there's nothing 100% sure in life, but then we are 99% sure that questions will be there in the question paper, right? So what is analogy? Analogy means what? Comparison. I'm not going to explain all this, but see, for analogy, you need a little bit of general knowledge. You need a little bit of general knowledge. So solve some questions in analogy. It's not only about logic. If you don't know currency, if you don't know capitals, if you don't know certain things in life, then you will not be able to solve. For example, right, we're not going to memorize all this tonight, but country laga capital, aru tanga laga currency, ito bi hoti dage na Bangladesh ti taka, Iraq ti dinar, yuan, rupee, pound, yen, dollar, ruble, Chris ti euro, right? So itu kando কি কব আপুনি বাচ্চা টাইম পৰা এতিয়া তাক পৰা নাজানি গলি তো what will I say, no? School time di knowledge di interest taka na wala, but I'm assuming that you know this, like the capital of the states in India, really gender, Maiki Muta, for animals. For dog, it is peach, horse, laga Maiki, mare, bull, cow, cock, hen, son, daughter, brother, sister, no? Gender, it can be. And yes, so all this word synonyms means words having the same meaning, and antonyms means words having the opposite in meaning. So all this and animal sound, we will have a separate class for all this in your English class, but then you have to know all this in order to solve certain types of analogy, because there are 4 or 5 types of analogy ekta dido itukan ahibo. So yes, so types of questions that we expect in the exam. The first is like the direct or simple analogy. Direct or simple analogy, meaning in this kind of analogy, they will simply ask you, for example, in the option, college is related to, this means that in a college, there are students. So in a hospital, there should be patient. Doctor be tagibo bari nurse, all these are more or less correct. Hospital usually patient tagibo lagibo to na. College TV teacher bhi tagibo paribo, no non-teaching staff bhi tagibo paribo, but college is primarily for the student, so hospital is for the patient. So these are called direct analogy. And so, for example, the second question, without general knowledge, you will not be able to solve the second question, because the question says major is related to lieutenant. In the same way, squadron leader is related to what? Now here you need abuni army laga aro ido air force laga ranking chanibo lage. Na. So army de major pichi de lieutenant di chabodo na. Iniga nishna ido air force de squadron leader laga next to ki jabo? Flying officer bola. Yes, flying officer. Yes. So the answer is C. So these are what, pilot officer? Somebody is saying pilot officer. Abuni itu tagis nage army di takadam de. Okay, so major, lieutenant, then squadron leader. Next is your flying officer. Okay. Okay. So yeah, this is the first type of analogy. Now please look at this. Give me 1 minute. I'll go and drink some water and come. Yes. Now the second type of analogy is this kind of pair. They will give pair, both. Both or means, or is a part of the boat which is used to move the boat forward by rowing the boat. So bicycle dibi ki tagibo lage pedal na, pedal bre bicycle do jabo do ini kana sina, right? So in the same way, traveler will go for journey, sailor will go for a voyage. So this is another part. And sometimes another type of analogy is this, where you have, they will not tell you anything. They will just give you apostate religion. Now, if you don't know the meaning of apostate, then you are done, finished. You will not be able to do it. Apostate means a person who has given up the religion, who has denounced the religion, right? So it is like opposite nishinaze. So in the option, it will be teacher education. Itu nobo traitor country. Itu a person who has committed some crime, or a person, a traitor who has committed some offense against the country. So this will be the answer. For even illustration number 6, clan in enzyme. You have to know science. What is the relation between clan and enzyme? It is the clan that will produce the enzyme in your body. So in the same way, muscle will not produce spasm, organ will not produce kidney, brain will not produce generator, will produce current, right? So this is another type that is choosing the pair. And next type is like this. They will simply give you three or four words like this. Kolkata, Mumbai, Mangalore. We know that these are all cities. So what will be the answer? Delhi, Lucknow, Cochin, Hyderabad. Now we have to know general knowledge in a sense. Kolkata, Mumbai, Mangalore are all port cities. So these are all port cities. We have to go and select a port city. Hyderabad, Lucknow, they are not port cities. Cochin is a port city. Yes. In the same way, here, Bilai, Torgapur, Pokoro, these are all steel plants in India. So Rourkela is also a steel plant. That is how you also need a little bit of your general knowledge in order to be able to solve such questions in exam. Now, that is one part. Another type is number analogy. Number analogy, you have to know square number and your cube number. At least till 10. That is what I've been telling you all this time. In order to solve coding, decoding, and analogy, you have to know square number and cube number. Okay? Because look at this. 2 becomes 8. How does 2 become 8? 2 power 3 is 8. So next option, 3 power 3 is 27. This should be the answer. But if you don't have this concept of squares and cubes, you'll not be able to solve this. Right? So, but here again, and it is not that there is always a fixed formula for coding, decoding, and for analogy, because we have to look at the relation. Now, how does 5 become 35? 5 into 7. 5 into 7 becomes 35. That means 5 multiplied by the next prime number, right? So here in this option, see whether multiplication of two prime numbers or not. This is 9 into 5, but that is not the answer. This is next prime number is 3 into 5. No. 11 into 13. No. So this is the answer because it is 7 into 11. The next prime number, that is 77. So this comes from practice. Okay. Practice pro I have with one to. So this is one thing, and I am requesting you to memorize this at least till square number though, till this, and cube number if possible till this. Okay. 1 square is 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100. Itu memorize kurebyo, morombra, if you want to be confident in your exams, or you paste it, print it, paste it in your wall. Keep us your mobile screensaver, or I don't know. What if any one of you are still confused about these numbers? You please memorize this. You should know 1 square, 2 square, 4, 3 square, 9, 4 square, 16. You cannot with with because it's not about memorization, but when you see the number 81, immediately your brain should say, okay, this is 9 into 9. When you see the number 729, oh, immediately your brain should say this is 9 cube. Memorization is not alone, but you should know that this is the square of that 625. If you give me 625, I know that this is square of a number 25, 25 square. If you give me 81, it's 9 square, no? If you give me 343, this is 7 cube. So you have to know this square and cube number in order to solve your reasoning with confidence. Okay, so this is one part which is called number analogy. Another part is called alphabet analogy, right? Alphabet analogy, and alphabet analogy, just by looking at the things that they are giving you, the alphabet is not be difficult. It will be difficult for you to solve. So I always suggest at the back of the question paper you will get blank spaces. So you write down this. If there are questions like this in the exam, you write down this. Writing this will not take you 2 minutes, and you will get plenty of time in your exam. So itu likibi A B C D last A to Z likibi aro itu, if possible you write down the numbers as well. Number to nilikilibi, at least you write down from A to Z. Only by writing A to Z you will be able to solve this number issues. Okay. For example, this is how does Mumbai becomes this? M becomes L. How does it become L? M to L jaishi. That means pichi jayase no. That means D should also go back one step. So D C. So this is not the answer. This is not the answer. We can eliminate already. So this can be either this one or this one. No? Inigan is not solve korbo lage. Okay? So only not this will be again. Sabi news 14 5 23 19. So N could pro 14 do as a N to 14 as no either by 14 because E is 5. That is where they're writing here 5. W is 23, S is 19. So in the same way, paper will be 16. So this is not the answer. This is not the answer. A. So this is the answer. No? Yes. So iniga koribo. Now let's solve. Now you tell me. Hair is related to poro in the same way owl is related to polo. Answer क्या है?
Barn.
Barn. Why? What is the reason? Aya. Exam tibuli manukan. Kopido? Whole. What is the answer? Ness. Ay. From the first question itself, Pitor Mano Nishna Vijay. So many divisions. So you have to now look at the relation. Na. Here aro poro lagado relation to kiaze. But that time you have seen that here do tai laga kodo poro aze. Na. Peak laga kodo stai aze. Ini ka mukan purisin hoy. So in the same way, owl laga kodo kiaze. Barn. An owl lives in the barn. Na. Poem dibi mukan purin hoy. Kanabi kore but that time de. Okay. So the answer is D, barn. Right. This part you have to know things. It's not based on logic. Logic as a, but then the logic here is itu tuita kini nga connection core. Itu as a abun nga logic to. But you should know the meaning of that, na? So Duma is related to Russia in the same way Shura is related to. Now what is the answer? Yes, the answer. I also have not heard of this, but then I know that Shura though is it's like sounding very Islamic. It cannot be Malaysia, France, Germany. So it definitely is Afghanistan. Next is Konkani is related to Kwa, right? Now, what is the relation between Konkani and Kwa? In school, you have learned that Konkani is the language spoken in Kwa. So Dugri is the language spoken in. Here, you need general knowledge. Dugri is the language spoken in Jammu and Kashmir, right? Number 4, beach is related to cricket. So yes, kila manojani, we play cricket in a beach. So arena is related to what?
Wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling to arena de kilibo. Yes. Let's continue. Now choose the options that expresses the same relation as the word. Tobacco causes cancer. Yes, that is a relation. So from here, milk will
Mosquito.
not cause, yeah, mosquito causes malaria. So that is easy. Number 6, cyclone is related to anticyclone. That means opposite. So what is the opposite of flood? What is the opposite of flood? Drought. That is the right answer. Doctor is related to patient. Na? Doctor bra patient sabo. Noli patient kan doctor logot jabo. So lawyer kan logot ki jabo. Who will
Client.
go to the clients, right? Clients, right? As next, as bolt is related to blonde. Bolt holi do chuli na taka na. Blonde do chuli as a certain type of chuli color. In the same way, parent is related to opposite ko. So parent is opposite. Parent is related to. Here sometimes it's confusing. Farm dun hobo, inhibited dun hobo. Parent. Usually, when we say it's parent, it should be. Parent means iku grow no gore na. Parent means iku grow no gore. So I think answer can be either A or C, but the closest answer is fertile. Okay, because barren means it is not fertile, not growing, nothing is growing, so it is barren. So opposite will be fertile. Yes, if
Yes,
you
sir.
really think about it, yeah, vegetation is like another. Na itu kita fertile hobo itu nanti vegetation to olabo do. Yes. Next is atom is related to molecule. So in your science class, you know that atoms combine together to form molecules. So cells will combine to form what?
Nucleus.
Nucleus. Ito be novo. Petrikini a cell, bro. I mean, they are just trying to confuse us with the meaning of the cell, na? Cell nucleus to novo la. Nucleus pitoti ito na proton ito kwaze aboni na atom pitoti kwaze. So cells will combine together to form an organism, right? Right. So number 10, flower is related to petal. Flower soap to iniga wale petal as na. In the same way, book pitoti kiki as pages, right? Now, yes. Again, one question which you don't know, which you've not heard, but you can just do guesswork. You know that gogar. This is an animal which is found in South Africa. So okapi. Okapi is you have never heard of okapi, but then it sounds Africa. Okapi, guaduna. It sounds very African. So answer should be Central Africa. Without even knowing the animal. So bow arrow. So in a bow you have your arrow. So in a pistol you should have bullet.
Bullet.
Correct. Yes. Coupler uses leather. So carpenter will use no wait. Coupler uses leather. Coupler uses leather. Coupler uses leather to make sure. So carpenter will use wood. No?
Wood.
Not furniture. Yeah. Carpenter will use wood. Correct. Number 14. Now, relation is there. One relation is given. House, door. So in a house, there's a door. So in a compound, there should be,
Gate.
yeah, a gate. That is right. In a compound, there should be a gate. Hong Kong, China. So Hong Kong is part of China. Vatican is a part of Rome. Yes. Magazine, editor. Magazine, editor. So drama will be,
Character.
yeah,
Oh,
director. Yes. Anything else? Yes. King. A king will sit on the throne. A rider will sit where?
saddle. Oh, horse.
They have not asked, they have not said that this is a horse rider. No, rider can be anything. Motorbike rider, whatever rider. So just look at this relation. A king will go and sit in the throne. So a rider will sit in the seat. No, no, no. These are there to confuse you. So another confusing question. Video, cassette. Video is cassette. See, video is cassette is something that you can touch. Na, itu purana pula time dito ini kata kasi do na ke cassette dihe video do store gore, right? So in the same way, what is the answer? So this is the recording device. This is a recording device. You put the cassette and then you record the video. So I think the question is a little defective for me, but then yeah, answer should be floppy because you insert the floppy in the computer. This comes as the closest because recordings, files, reels to Novo, CPU be Novo because CPU is a part of the computer only, right? So yes, closest is floppy. Now next is 19. Plan, seed. Plant, seed. Plant seed will grow Yes, a seed will grow into a plant. So a bud will grow into a what? Flower, right? Yes, flower. A bud will grow into a flower. So pleasure, sorrow, opposite. Opposite of pleasure is sorrow. The opposite of right is wrong. Nightingale, warble. It means that nightingale sound is warble. So frog laga sound ki hobo? Croak to la croak. Yes. Number 22. Tanning. 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 Leather. Yes, leather works. Tanning. That is called tanning. I mean, finishing of leather is called tanning, right? So pyrotechnics. What is pyrotechnics related? So again, you need some kind of general knowledge for this. So for fireworks, pyrotechnics is related. Okay, let's move on. Now, in the following questions, find the word which holds the same relation with the third word. Now, moderate intensity. Moderate taga intensity, where is it? That means it is increasing. Opposite nominal, the opposite should be expensive. No, it's a nominal fee. It's a little expensive. So the answer should be expensive. Oxygen helps to burn. Carbon dioxide will help to. Only some of you are giving me the answer. I hope the rest of you are also able to understand, or I'm expecting that you know the answer. Or if you don't know the answer, you are able to understand when I am also explaining along with your friends. So oxygen will help us to burn. Carbon dioxide helps us to extinguish, right? Extinguish. So smoke will give pollution. War will give what? Destruction. Dress. A tailor will make a dress. A carpenter will make
Furniture.
furniture, right? 27. Now comes our challenge. In the English alphabet, PDG is to CFG. In the same way, EGG is to what? Now, in order to solve this, you have to have this ABCD. So P to C. P to C is just one step. So in the same way, E will go to F. So F to now D comes to F. D goes to F. D goes to F. Ekta spot China jayase. So J will become I. I. So tinda dibi azarubi. Now next is G becomes J, two step. So J will become here two step M. So answer is C, FIM. This is how you solve this kind of analogy. This is 27. Even for your 28, what will be the answer? P becomes E. P becomes E. 1, 2, 3. R will become 1, 2, 3. U. So this is not the answer. This is not the answer. F becomes I. F becomes I. Two place. V will become Y. So P is the answer. Yes. Easy. Now number 29. Let's solve 29. A becomes J. A becomes G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 steps going forward. C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 steps going forward. I. Is this the answer? I don't know because I do Takeshi do moini tick kodishe. F becomes P. F becomes P. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pichi jayase. 4 steps. H will go back 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I think do you have one sort of right? So this is 29. Now what about 30? What about 30? You solve. HCM. H becomes F. Ekta back. H becomes F. So S becomes Q. Okay. So A or B will be the answer. Hey, solve it. Solve it and tell me. C becomes A. 2 steps back. J will become D. 2 steps back. Or what? No. The answer is A. J. C becomes A. Or 1 step back. Okay, so answer is A. Yes, Q, E, P. That is the for 30. For what is the answer for 31? Grade 25. Number. Grade 25. How are they getting 25? One way to see is whether Holibi to 25 no labo, even D itself is 20. So if you add up all these numbers, you are not getting 25. No. If you add up G 7, 7, 18, 5, 1, you are not getting 25. You will get more than 25. So how are you getting 25? The answer is very obvious. Yes, 6. Because grade 5 letters. No, 5, 25. So 5 square is 25. Next number, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. It is 6 square is 36. That is the trick. Now let's go to number 32. I hope. I hope. CKSU. A becomes C. A becomes C. One step. P will become one step D. So this is not the answer. This is not the answer. H becomes K. H becomes K. Two step. J will become M. So B is the
B.
answer. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, right. So this kind, I think, if I share the yeah the rest, you solve it. Now let's look at some number analogies. 1, 2, 4, 7, and there is a relation between this and this. No? So in the same way, there should be a relation. The question mark is here. So 1 and 3. 1 becomes 3, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 6. Oh, this is just a difference of 2. No. So for here, it should be 0, 1, 3, and 6. Option there's none. Yes. Did you get the logic? Itu two differences. So this should be the answer. What about number 35? 63 become 21. 27 will become. How 63 become 21? Um, okay, so you can do something like this. 63 you can divide by 21 and say 21 into 3. Okay. So in the same way, can you have 27 divided by something to get 3? Yes, 9 threes are. That is how you get 9. Or you say similarly, you just divide 63 by 3 to get 21. No? And then you divide 27 by 3 to get 9. Same way, you get the same answer. What about 36? 12 becomes 30, 18 becomes what? 12 becomes 30, 18 becomes what? 12 becomes 30. How does 12 become 30? Oh, कितनी का 30 हो जाओ 12 into 2 24 plus 6 कितनी का 18 into 2 36 plus 6 42 एक तो होला है I don't know what is whether that is the answer or not but a silly logic a very silly logic I have used but I think that should be the answer. Okay, now yes 37 37 what is the answer? At first instance it looks like 25 square is 625. No, but what is 35 square? 35 35 5 5s are 25 5 3s are 15 175 5 3s are 15 10.
It's
So
not in the
25
option.
not in the option 1225. That means this approach is wrong. So how are you going to solve this? In exam you will get questions like this which where you the supposed answer is not there in the option. That means here you just use something else. What to do? Question number 37. What to do? We're helpless. So sometimes it will not make sense, okay? But whenever you get like this, you are supposed to get 35 square, but it is not there in the option, so you go for some other logic. 25 becomes 625. So 35, there's no other logic here. So 35, in the same way, 35, can it be 635 then? Ito yung wala na other logic to. 6 is common and then you are just putting 25 or 35 number lagi siya. So tadi be 6 tali siya. Ito yung kwasa to tagan. That is also another logic basing on the option. No? Your two numbers, 25 and 35, you're putting 6 in front and put the numbers. So you're getting 635, 625. After putting 6 here, if you put 6 here, you will get here 635. Okay? So like I said, there are no fixed rule for analogy. You use some logic, and if the logic that you use is not there in the option, the answer, then you use another, you just try to find out a way. Let's move on. Whenever you get big numbers like this, sometimes what is the best thing to do is you see whether they are square numbers or not. But square numbers pinoy, cube numbers pinoy. So the unless you try to see the difference. Whenever you get big numbers, check whether they are square numbers. But if they are not square numbers, you see the difference. There must be something in the difference. 9, 5. So the difference is 59 here. Then can we subtract 59 from here and check whether you get the answer? 9,
Yes, option number D.
7, 9, 5, 7, 9. Na easy here, but just whenever you get big numbers, you are like kind of stuck. I'm on number tangoro kini ka relation see the difference to ikbar sabi, and sometimes it is difference in the difference inagabe ho jai de. So number 39, 100, 121. This is easy. 10 square 100, 11 square 121, 12 square 144, 13 square 169. So for those of you who know the square numbers, you know that it is very simple. But for those of you who don't know the square numbers, very confusing again. So the answer is 169. So you should know the chart. If you know the chart, such things will come automatically to you. Now 8 becomes 66. What should become 38? How does 8 become 66? 8 into 8, 64, plus 2, 66. Okay. Yeah, so 38 also, so 6 into 6 plus 2, 38. right? So the answer is 6, right? And what is the answer for 41? What is the answer for 41? 583. This is a difficult one. 583, not a square number. 488. The difference is 5995. 293. They no. You don't minus square debit, not there in the option. So sometimes you will get such questions which doesn't even make sense. There's no logic here. Difference TV ko nolai square number be nohoy. So in such a situation, what do we do? We just leave it like that. Don't take risk. Okay. You try after that. Ikun no pailina risk no lobidi yadi risk no lobi. Don't go and take one question. Don't pray to God in your exam hall. Don't pray lottery. Don't do any inky pinky punky nga ikun no paribi. Don't just leave it. Don't take risk. If you are not able to solve this, if you take risk, now here, the probability of getting the right answer is only 25%, which is very less. So you take risks in exam only when you can eliminate questions. If you're confident that, for example, I'll show you one example where you are allowed to take risk. Okay. Uh, no, I cannot show you any examples from tonight. Okay, let's just continue. Yes, so we were discussing about 41 where we are clueless how to solve this because there's no relation between the numbers that are given in the question. Yes, anyone? You got any way to solve this? Any logic? Any way to solve this? So whenever the next option is after first option is whenever you get numbers like this, check whether they are square numbers. If they are not square numbers, check the difference and see whether there's a relation. If there's no relation now, you add up the numbers. That is the only logic. You add up the numbers. 8 plus 5. 8 plus 5 is 13 plus 3, 16. The first is 16. 16 is 2. Now, you add up these numbers. 20. So 16 is to 20. And 293 is equals to 293. Add up the digits. 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 is to, what is the answer now? The answer should be 18 na. To 18 to to 18 to check 18, 18. Are we getting 18 from here? No, from here. No. Yes, see, we're getting 18 from here, no? So this is how you are to solve, okay? Whenever you get relation, you check whether they are square numbers, no. You check for the difference, no. Then you simply add up the digits. There must be something there, right? Clear? No, so
Yes,
now
sir.
you're tired. I'm not the one. You are the one who is going to be appearing exams. So yes, you should be more active than me. If I'm getting tired in 2 hours, you should get tired only in 5 hours. Right. I have so many materials on analogy. Do you want to continue? Wait, we have solved two. Now let's see whether we have. Yes, I have so many materials. Do you want to solve any from this tree? General analogy,
Yes, sir.
numerical analogy. Which one do you want? Tell me. Numerical, general,
Numerical.
or numerical? Okay.
Numer
So I'm pressing the numerical. All right. Sorry? Kyung mera, yes. Now, numerical analogy. First one, let's try some more. 36 becomes 49. Take as a 6 square is 7 square. So 64. 8 square will be 9 square. Answer is 81. So easy. So easy because I know the square numbers. Whenever I see 36, 49, 61, these are square numbers. There is a relation between them. In the same way, what about this? What is the answer? Same way again. For people who know the square numbers, you know this is 5, this is 6, this is 7. The answer should be here.
A.
A, 64. No? That is why I'm telling you, you should know the square numbers. Next, what about this? 16, 65, 25. Now you are stuck. What should be the answer? So numerical analogy is not so simple as we think, right? So 16, you can write it as 4 square. 25, you can write it as 5 square. So how does 4 square become 65? You just think, for me, I know that the answer is 126 just by looking at the options. See, for you, no, just look at here. 16 square, 4 square. And if you know cube number, you know that 4 cube is 64. Na, plus 1. Puja na na. So this is 4 cube plus 1. This is not a formula, but just by looking at the numbers, we in our mind we form a combination. Na, if a number is 82, if a number is 82, I know, oh, this is like 9 square plus 1. So if a number is 728, I know, oh, this number is 729 minus 1. Because 729, I know that it is a, what is that? A cube number of 9, I think. Nah? This is 9 cube minus 1. So this is how we form such mental maps in the exam. Okay? So for this question, the answer is 126. But how do we get 126? Because 16 is 4 square. How do you get 65? 4 cube plus 1. That is 65. 25 is 5 square. How do we get the next one? It is 5 cube plus 1. That is 126. Okay. Let's move on. What about this? Easy? This is easy. This is 11, 11, 12, 13, 14. Simply giving numbers. 11, 12, 13, 14. So answer is 196. Yes, right. What is the answer for this? Same logic that we applied last question. 9. See, very similar. 9. This is 3 square. 28 is nothing but 3 cube plus 1. So 4 is for 16 is 4 square. So answer should be 4 cube plus 1. The answer should be 65. Correct? What about number 6? 100 gives 121. 100 is 10. This is 11. This is 12. Answer should be 169 because 13 square. This is easy. Let's solve next. 7 gives 14. 7 gives 14. So 9 will give what? Very easy.
82.
7 gives 4 gives 17. What am I saying? 4 gives 17. So this is 4 square plus 1. So this is 9 square plus 1, 82, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, next. 81 gives 100. How 81 is giving 100? What is the relation between 81 and 100? Very easy. This is 9 square, this is 10 square, this is 8 square, so next should be 9 square, 81. We don't know. Now, for some people, it might be very confusing. How can the answer be 81 when 81 is already here? But this is all about square numbers. This is 9 square. Next is 10 square. 9 is 9 and 10. Next is 8 square. So next is 9 square. That is 81. The same way. What is the answer for this? What is the answer?
Miga amende.
Okay, wazo. Somebody is Daisy. Yes, done. What is the answer? 125 as 25 became 126. Same logic. 25. This is 5 square. This is 5 cube plus 1. This is 6 square. Next should be 6 cube plus 1. 216 plus 1. 217. Answer is A. Next question. 4964. Very easy. 7. Oh, what is happening? 7 square, 8 square, 9 square, 10 square. Answer is 100. Number 11. 36, 343, 49. 36, 6 square, 7 cube, 49, 7 square. Next should be 8 cube. 8 cube, 512. Again, 25 gives 216. What is the logic? 5 square. This is 6 square. 6 cube. 6 square. Next should be 7 cube. That is 343. Yes. Again, some more numerical analogy because you said you want to solve numerical analogy. And what should be the answer for this? 17. Yes, because 17, 13 square is 169, 17 square is 289. Correct. What about this? Now this is a difficult one. No relation in the square. But you just know that, see, even though there's no relation to the square, this is 121, 169. Now very close to your square numbers. And this is also 289, very close to your square numbers, remember. So 121 is what, 11 square plus 1. This is, the first number is 11 square plus 1. Second number is equals to 13 square, 13 square plus 1. Yes, so 290 is 289. 289, I remember 289 is 17 square. So 17 square plus 1, that is 290. So next should be 11 to 13, 17, 19. 19 square plus 1. The answer should be 19 square plus 1, which is equals to 19 square is 361. 361 plus 1 is 362. Option D is na yes. Option D is it. 59, 81, 64. 7 square, 9 square, 8 square. So next should be what square? 10 square, no? 7 to 9, 8 to 10. 10 square is 100. Next, 42 gives 31. Okay, very interesting. Let's solve this. 42 gives 31. So what should be the relation? Now, just look at here. Look at the relation between 42 and 31. Cube number be no square number be no. So I said when the numbers are not related to the cube or square, you look at the difference. 42 minus 31, 11. So in the option, are there any options whose difference is 11? 86, 97. So this is the answer. Because 97 minus 86 is also 11. So there's a logic happening here. Number 5. 132 is to 462. So 132. How are we getting 132? 132, 462, 992. Okay, so might be a little difficult if this question comes in the exam with you having less practice, but then 132, what is the logic here? This is 11 square plus 11 equals to 121 plus 11, that is 132. 462 is 21 square plus, I'm sure it is 21 square plus 21, because it is 441 plus 21. That will give you 462. This is the logic that they are using. Okay, this is a little difficult, not expecting such questions in the exam, but then it's good for your practice. So 992 is 31 square plus 31. And then the next answer should be 11, 21, 31, 41 square plus 41. This should give you the answer. You please calculate and get the answer. But that is how it is to be solved. Okay. So these are the rest of the questions. I will share the PDF. So let's not solve all this now, since we have solved quite a lot. So it depends on your practice. Anything else you want to do? Or na Ajay Ganesh Chuti, tell me. We have solved the numerical analogy. We are left with, but then I can share all the three PDFs. You can have a look. I'll also share the tabulation PDF and the analogy main class that we have solved tonight. So I think let's stop for the night. And this is how we're going to progress, okay? Should be very confident about CSAT. Next week, I'll also try to take some extra classes. Maybe I'll start class at 6 and I'll teach till 7. From 7, your other teacher will come and teach your general studies, English, and other subjects. So depending on my time, I'll also update in the group. But like I said, I want to finish all this by September. Yeah, I will. That's what I'm saying. I will finish. I will try to finish by September, because in October I want to solve only question papers, so that you also will acquainted with it. All right. So that's it for tonight. I will see you tomorrow. You have computer. Saturday and Sunday. Let's see if we can have class, but maybe I'll update in the group. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. Yes. Good night, everyone. And I am